The movie opens on Halloween night, where a terrified man is being pursued by Jester, a sinister, Joker-like figure dressed in orange and topped with a hat. Jester's magic is no joke. It can be mesmerizing one moment and deadly the next. He's quick to anger, especially if anyone dares to dismiss or disrespect his craft. Haunted by memories of his young daughter Emma, the man is reminded of the family he once abandoned. Now, he's trying to start anew, expecting another daughter named Jocelyn, Emma's soon-to-be stepsister. Yet no matter where he goes, visions of little Emma continue to haunt him. This is all part of Jester's twisted plan, to burden the man with guilt and keep him trapped in torment. Overcome with remorse, the man reaches out to Emma, pleading for forgiveness, but she coldly cuts him off, saying she wants nothing to do with him. "Sorry doesn't fix the hurt," she says before ending the call. Crushed, the man sinks into despair, leaving him vulnerable. At that very moment, Jester reappears. The man admits defeat, saying, "I tried, but she won't speak to me." It becomes clear that Jester has been pulling the strings all along. With the man at his lowest, Jester sets the stage for a tragic finale. In a horrifying twist, the man's tie turns into a noose. As he adjusts it, he unknowingly tightens the rope around his neck, sealing his fate. With one final pull, the noose claims his life. Jester then tosses his body into the water. The next day, at the funeral, Emma, Jocelyn, and their friends gather. Emma stands quietly distant toward Jocelyn, harboring cold feelings. On a call with her mother, Emma expresses her harsh sentiments. "It's better this way." He got what he deserved. To her, it feels like justice, while Jocelyn grieves alone, weighed down by sorrow. As the crowd disperses, Emma lingers, lost in thought, until she catches a glimpse of a Joker-like figure dancing beside her father's coffin. It's Jester, infamous for his bizarre antics. In an instant, he vanishes, but he hasn't truly gone. Concealed nearby, he silently watches Emma leave. Shortly after, the cemetery guards arrive, intent on removing the unwelcome Jester, but he turns their task into a deadly game, disappearing, reappearing, and driving them mad with frustration. One guard reaches for his phone to call the police, but before he can act, Jester swiftly trips the other guard. The man's head strikes a stone, killing him instantly. Laughing, Jester's dark magic has claimed another victim. The dead man's shoes are tied together, another of Jester's cruel tricks. The remaining guard, horrified, begins to feel ill. He starts coughing up blood. Something foreign is lodged in his throat, a whole apple planted by Jester as part of his twisted scheme. After struggling to remove it, the guard collapses. Bored, Jester moves on, ready to unleash his next deadly trick. That night, Emma meets Jocelyn at a bar. They enjoy a pleasant conversation until Jocelyn brings up Emma's father, triggering Emma's anger. She lashes out with harsh words before storming off. Saddened, Jocelyn decides to leave too, but a man stops her on the way out. He tells her that her father wasn't a good man. The man, who had worked with her dad for 15 years, reveals that her father had many dark secrets, one of which involved Jester, who had influenced him to do strange things. Later, as Emma is about to leave, Jester confronts her. He displays a deck of cards and asks her to pick one, but she refuses. To escape, Emma walks into a store across the street, where Jester soon follows. Inside, two brothers are present. The older one grabs a handful of candies, while the younger takes just one, and politely asks Jester for more. With a wave of his hand, Jester performs a magic trick, creating an extra candy for the boy. Watching this, the older brother feels guilty and tries to return the candies he took, but suddenly, a hand reaches out from his bag and grabs his own. It's Jester's hand, mysteriously emerging from inside. Frightened, the children drop their bags and run away. Back at Jocelyn's house, she notices a shadow outside. Nervously opening the door, she finds her friends waiting and quickly invites them in. Meanwhile, Emma visits a nearby store, only to be followed by Jester, who starts to irritate her. At first, she thinks he's trying to be funny, but then realizes he's the same disturbing clown from her father's funeral. Furious, she shoves Jester away, causing him to drop a bottle that shatters on the floor. He swiftly picks up a shard of glass, and to her horror, it seems he's about to attack her. But instead, Jester slits his throat. Blood spills out, splattering onto Emma as he collapses lifelessly. But in a shocking twist, he suddenly springs back up. It was just another one of his tricks, meant to unnerve her. Terrified, Emma flees. She returns to the store, shaken and covered in blood. Alarmed, the store owner calls the police. Two officers arrive and begin questioning her. Emma tries to explain Jester's prank, but they don't believe her, assuming she's making it up. As they continue to press her, Jester enters the store. He pulls out a pair of handcuffs, snaps them onto his wrists, and vanishes, only to reappear on the officers. Before Emma can comprehend what's happening, Jester places a hat on one officer's head. With a dramatic twist, he removes it, revealing the officer's head has vanished. The headless officer stumbles in confusion, and the horrified store owner bolts from the scene. The remaining officer frees himself and aims his gun at Jester. Jester dances with the headless officer, reveling in his prank. The officer fires but misses. The bullet hits his partner instead, killing him. Determined, he shoots again, but Jester catches the bullet mid-air. In disbelief, Emma runs away as fast as she can while Jester vanishes into the night. Meanwhile, Jocelyn senses her father's presence in her room. Gazing at his photo, it feels as though he's stepped right out of the frame. Terrified, she rushes downstairs, urging her friends to escape to the nearby festival. The festival is in full swing, but Jocelyn can't shake the eerie visions. Exhausted, she sits down, only to see her father's image again. This time, she follows it. Meanwhile, Jester continues his cruel tricks, targeting Jocelyn's friends. He lifts a cup to reveal a set of teeth. Not just any teeth, but those of Jocelyn's friend, who now bleeds from the mouth. Another friend lifts a second cup, which is empty, only for his eyes to fall out, leaving him blind. He screams in agony, stumbling through the crowd. As chaos erupts, Jocelyn stands motionless, lost in thoughts of her father and their cherished memories. Suddenly, Jester appears. In a shocking turn, he injures one of Jocelyn's friends. The third friend goes silent, her throat tight with fear. Jocelyn emerges from her trance and pleads with Jester to stop, willing to do anything he asks. Amid the chaos, Emma, still on the run, receives a phone call. The caller ID shows her mother's number, but the voice on the other end is Jester's, speaking in twisted tones that echo her mother's voice. He warns Emma to erase her memories and leave quietly, or the game will continue. In his threats, Jester inadvertently mentions Jocelyn, revealing that she too is in danger. Emma refuses to abandon her sister. As she approaches the bridge where her father met his end, she is gripped by a vision of him. Compelled by his presence, she rushes forward. In a poignant encounter, her father's memory helps her confront her past mistakes. Overcome with emotion, she calls him Dad for the first time. The day she finally forgives him. But in an unexpected twist, her father wraps a bandage around her neck and pulls her back, only to let her fall from the bridge. As she plummets, memories of Jocelyn's childhood flash before her eyes. Amid the chaos, a voice taunts her, pretending to be Jocelyn. But Emma realizes it's just another of Jester's deceptions. She ignores it and sees young Jocelyn and her father walking toward a shed where Jester awaits. Jocelyn signals Emma to follow. Inside, Emma sees Jocelyn happy with their father, a happiness she never knew. Her father approaches, a knife protruding from his chest, causing Emma deep distress. Tears stream down her face. Her father, noticing her sorrow, asks softly, "Why the tears?" "I was content. It's all a ruse meant to break her spirit." Emma, once resilient, feels anger boiling inside her. Jocelyn's arrival only fuels it further as she mocks Emma with memories of the past. In a dramatic gesture, Jocelyn pulls the knife from their father's chest and hands it to Emma, urging her to end her torment. Gathering her strength, Emma refuses to crumble. She confronts Jocelyn, declaring her a fraud and vowing not to fall for the illusion. In a bold act of defiance, she plunges the knife into Jocelyn's stomach. The illusion shatters. Jocelyn is truly wounded. Jester's applause echoes through the air as Emma stands in shock, watching Jocelyn collapse, her life fading. Desperate, Emma rushes to her sister's side. Jocelyn reassures her weakly, "Don't worry, I know it wasn't intentional. You were under Jester's spell." Consumed by rage, Emma lashes out at Jester with the knife, but it leaves no mark. "Do what you will with me," she shouts, "but stay away from my sister." Hearing her plea, Jester retreats silently. Time passes. Emma visits her father's grave, seeking solace as she speaks from the heart. Unbeknownst to her, Jester lurks nearby, eavesdropping. It's clear he hasn't left her life. He's still there, trying to influence her. But Emma, now wise to his tricks, doesn't fall for them. Defeated, Jester retreats. Emma then heads to the bar, where Jocelyn waits. Their reunion is bittersweet.